It's like an intro to Mr. Bean.
It did sound. I thought exactly the same thing. Beep beep. Oh God. Yes. So Andy and I will kind of spearhead this introduction to this new segment. So what we are going to be doing, guys, is every week we are going to be doing the Road to Thought Bubble, where we will basically pick out various creators that have been booked as guests of honor for said comic book convention. Now, I say comic book convention, but it's actually marketed as a comic book festival, and the events are spread out over a week or so, I think, Andy, isn't it? Well, maybe even longer, because I know they've had events going on in the last couple of weeks and stuff as well. I have attended this, I think it's 3 times over the years, and I mainly attended it when it was hosted in Leeds. So they used to host it at the Royal Armouries in Leeds, and then they moved it to kind of encompass a larger area outside, like the town hall and things like that. I'm a massive fan of this event. I genuinely feel like the UK convention scene now is very focused on kind of TV, movie stars. You know, your MCM is very kind of focused on your anime and your manga and cosplay and stuff like that. This, for me, feels now that we don't have Kapow Comic Con, rest in peace, or London Super Comic Con, rest in peace. This, for me, feels like the premiere, Western comic book, convention, an event where you will really kind of, you really get to embrace what it is that we talk about every week in, week out. And one of the nicest things about this as well is the creators are so accessible. So you can really just walk up, have a conversation, get a signature, which more often than not is actually a free signature on the book that you love or feel passionately about, and you can walk away and walk to the next creator and do exactly the same, whether that be an artist, a writer. So it really is a fantastic event, and it feels, I don't know about you, Andy, but when I've been, it's felt very kind of family friendly. It's felt like there's kind of activities to do for kids and for people that are new to the hobby, as well as obviously catering to the old fogies like us who are kind of old timers to the hobby as well. It's always had a really good kind of welcoming energy when I've attended anyway. I say about cosplay, but as an actual cosplayer, it does promote cosplay, and you can actually get a discount on your ticket if you attend in cosplay, which I'm going to be doing. So yeah, it's there really is something for everyone.
It's the ultimate safe space for nerds and comic lovers. I've only had the pleasure of attending it once, and I'm so looking forward to the 4 of us and a few of the other guys going in November. As Ben, as you said there, yeah, it does last for, I believe, a full week, and it kind of culminates with the 2-day comic convention this year. It's going to be in Harrogate. So I just love the fact that it started from real humble beginnings, and it was in Leeds. It was in a basement in the Leeds Town Hall back in 2007, and every single year it sort of got bigger and better, but it's kept to that same ethos of being super comic friendly, first and foremost, because there's so many conventions that you go to and there's not one comic to be seen. And what I love about this is that it's created by people that are in the comic industry. So Tula Lottie, the famous comic artist, is the person who basically set this up and started this. We'd love Tula, if she does get to see this, to come on the show and have a chat with us, because we'd love to hear how this all started up from the very beginning. But as you said there, Ben, the beauty about this show is that you can get to meet your favorite comic artists, your comic writers, the people that do the inks, that do the color work, and there's so many sort of small indie creators there that don't write or produce content for the big comic creators that get discovered at this particular show. So I've said it to you guys, I've said it a few times, it's the best comic convention in the UK and Ireland.
Well, Phil just said I have several Thought Bubble variants, but I'm only now realising it's a con. I thought it was a store chain like Forbidden Planet. Until I met you guys, I didn't really know what it was. I just thought it was like an MCM con, and I was like, once you've done them, you've done them all. You go cosplay, you go again, you see the same faces, you buy the same manga comics if you're into that, and there's not really much going on. What really interests me about Thought Bubble is, obviously you guys are going to cover it, is how intimate it can be. Like how you can spend that time and just talk to the creators, talk to the artists and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it.
100%. I mean, the Triple G there mentioned as well about actually buying comics, and you know, this out of all the conventions that will be, you know, happening over the next year or so, I can guarantee that this will be the con that has those short boxes, that has those long boxes that you can flick through. It's a really great place to pick up your trade paperbacks as well. There's tons of sellers, stalls that have your trade paperbacks, but ultimately it's a real opportunity to support your independent creators. And you know, if you like your kind of original artworks, your prints, like original prints that people might not have seen before, you know, this is a perfect place to pick up that stuff. You get really random things as well. I remember picking up an ABC of Horror book, and it's like a kids book, ABC book, but it's got horror characters in. Just quirky little things like that are fantastic. But the guests are premier level guests, like
so Donny Cates has been there, no?
Donny Cates was he there in the?
He was there the year that I went. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Which was the year I didn't go, I think.
And the interesting thing about that is, if you go to any other like MCM con, to try and get access or get Donny to sign something, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Plus, you're going to pay an absolute fortune for it. When I was there, the queue was maybe 20-25 people in front of me, which isn't that bad, but because of the volunteers that they have there, it's like a really small, close-knit volunteer base. They're also super helpful and super friendly, and it doesn't feel as if you're waiting that long, because they'll stand and chat to you, and people in front of you and behind you are really friendly, and they just want to talk comics. And the great thing about it is when you got to people at Donny, he was actually there with Megan at the time, and he'll happily chat to you. He'll sign as many comics as you want for free. He even like done sketches and stuff like that on books that I had, and it was just an absolute pleasure. And it actually made me more of a Donny Cates fan coming away from it, because he was so nice, and it was just fantastic.
I ticked off a real bucket list moment for me when I got to meet Gerard Way there. And I imagine it was probably one of the busiest kind of queues for a guest that they've maybe experienced, but it was so well organized. And everyone, I don't know, again, coming back to that atmosphere, everyone's kind of so polite and stuff that, there was a bit of a queue. But I had a moment with Gerard Way, and that was kind of incredible for me as a big fan. So, Jason Aaron I met, got to meet there. My mind's gone blank. I mean, tons of people. Like, what I tend to do before I attend this is I'll go through the guest list, and then I'll go through my short boxes and pick out the books that I know I want signed. And I tend to take a stack, because there's that many creators that you don't even realize that you own books of, that you can just go up to, get a signature, say hello, say what you like, have a chat. It's a really, really cool event. So can I just say as well, we're not getting paid for this. No. I wish we were. We're not. I've paid for my bloody ticket already. But we are just such big fans, and we really want to kind of commandeer this event. We hopefully will have people behind the scenes of Thought Bubble come onto the show, whether that be a volunteer or organisers. If anyone is watching who is involved with Thought Bubble and does want to come on to the show and have a chat with us about how it all works, then please do get in touch. Otherwise, we are going to pick out a creator a week that they have invited as a guest and have a little chat about them.
I mean, this is what I'm really looking forward to, is the fact that I mentioned that I've been to cons before and you queue up, I don't know, an hour long, and then you've got to pay 60 quid to get a signing of a comic. This is what really attracted me, is after speaking to you guys, the fact that you can just go to it. It's quite unknown. It's not as big as the MCMs and stuff like that. And you can spend time, you can take as many comics as you like, and they'll sign them, and there's no cost, and it's an enjoyable event. Do you know what I mean? So I can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's in November, and it's a week before my birthday. So I shall be treating that as my birthday bash to first meet you guys. This is what it's about. The most exciting thing is that us 4 people here, we started doing this during lockdown. We haven't met, and this time will be the first time that we meet.
I'm really excited, mate.
It'll also be the first time that the Panels and Pints guys will meet up with the Killer Comic Show guys.
Hydra's going to be there, I hope.
Hydra's going to be there as well, so it's just going to be fantastic. And hopefully, if things work out, we'll be able to do a live broadcast from somewhere, whether it be a pub or hotel room or something.
Yeah, why not?
Toilet.
I'm really excited for this because, like, I've been to Nice Comic Con, which is similar to like the whole like kind of small thing, and then also like I've been to a few Transformer conventions, which are basically the same, like a small knit thing. But I've heard really good things about Thought Bubble from a lot of the creators I know, like Jack Lawrence and Simon Furman. They all really rate Thought Bubble and say it's like one of the best cons that's not a big con, because all the big cons are just in it, like you said, just for all the merchandise and the manga and the movies, and they don't really care about the comics. So you can't really call it a comic con; it's a movie con.
It's a corporate con.
Comic con. Yeah.
This is a proper convention.
I'm really excited for this, and I cannot wait to meet you guys for the first time. I'm really, really excited.
So where are we up to now on this schedule, Ben? We've done the organisers who organise it?
I think we're up to date. I mean, obviously, if you want to follow Thought Bubble yourself, I believe that they are across all of the social media platforms. So your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams, maybe even YouTube as well. I'm not sure if they've got a channel or anything. I think they might actually. I feel like I might have seen a stream that they did recently. But anyway, you can follow them. And obviously, if you just Google Thought Bubble Comic Con or convention, then you can go to the website and get your book your tickets and things like that. Charlie will get the links in the description of this video this evening and stuff, so that you've got those there as well. But let's find out who the first creator is that we are going to highlight.
Let's get on. There we go. So this is going to be an ongoing feature that ties in with the Road to Thought Bubble. So we've got the creator spotlight, and it is the fantastic Babs Tarr. Now, a lot of you guys know her for her Batgirl, her sensational Batgirl comics that she's done. She's very well known for that, and also her Japanese style of art that she's done. I've highlighted some of the comic covers that she's done underneath. But if we just go for a brief overview of her profile, she attended the Maryland Institute College for Art in Baltimore, MD, received a BFA in illustration, lives in West San Francisco, CA, lucky person, full-time freelancer, illustrator. She's Eisner nominated and New York Times best-selling comic artist, and she has worked for Hasbro, DC, Disney, Boom Studios, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the Boston Globe and Brand X. And you can find her on Instagram at Babs Draws and also Twitter as well. But this is awesome. Just to be able to meet these people in person is going to be great.
I can't wait. I'm such a huge fan of Babs Tarr. When I was at New York Comic Con, I had the opportunity to walk up to her table, and I didn't. My anxiety got too much for me, and I chickened out. And I'm so looking forward to November to be able to go up and get some books signed. I'll definitely be looking to get Batgirl issue 35, which I think is one of my favourite covers that Babs has done. The run that she done on that is absolutely superb. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've been a big fan of her work, and I'm just looking forward to to seeing if she's got any books or any sketches that she might be doing, because I know that she doesn't do commissions because she's so busy. So I think it's kudos to Thought Bubble that they've actually been able to acquire her time for this festival, and I believe that she's going to be over 2 days as well. So it's not as if you're only going to see her for like an hour at the show. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. What about yourself, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was hugely familiar with her work actually until quite recently, but yeah, I have become a bit of a new fanboy. I'm particularly intrigued by, did you see she dropped a sneak peek at what looks like a kind of Catwoman Batman 89?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. Is that a variant maybe for the 89 series? Either way, it looked stunning, just the small little tease that we got. She's a fellow YouTuber as well. So she is part of a massive channel, the Pub Draw Show, as part of Critical Role or something. And she's on like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. So they've got over like 1 million subs, and we're not far off.
No, not cool.
Not at all, mate.
Getting there. I love her kind of sketchy feel, and I feel like, it's kind of sketchy, but there's so much character injected into her work that it really just kind of comes through. I'm a particular fan of a sexy Velma that she drew as I was looking for her Instagram. I love Velma. Anyone that knows me knows the issues I've got with that. So yeah, I was a big fan of that, big fan of her work. Again, it's just one of those creators that I can pick up a variant of before I go to the con. It's an excuse to take that comic to her desk, have a chat, get her to sign it, and leave a happy fanboy. So yeah, really, really cool guest that.
I mean, she's just posted on her Instagram today. She did Poison Ivy. I think I was speaking to Fuzzy Dunlop. Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn having a pillow fight, and it just looks great. Just
Nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
Ivy.
Why wouldn't you want to see that? But yes, it looks wicked. That is it for this week.